Part 51. Becoming the Richest by Farming. Author, Gumu Shuang. Chapter 501. Let's forget about the plagiarism. Principal Li wanted to strangle him now. Are there any problems with your previous papers? He Tianqing only felt a buzz in his head, as if a string had broken and was ringing. He didn't know how to answer this question. Because he didn't know how Principal Li knew about such a secret matter. Yingwan didn't talk nonsense with them at this moment. She just smiled and took out a USB flash drive. It contains all the evidence about He Tianqing's purchase of papers and the active organization behind him. I have put it all here. Of course, I must have a backup in my hand. Principal Li, I chose to come to Tsinghua and Peking University because I don't want the reputation of Tsinghua and Peking University, which are century-old famous schools, to be damaged like this. You know how to solve this matter. I just need to see the result. She glanced at He Tianqing and passed by him. A student like He Tianqing is just one of thousands of ordinary students. If he puts aside the purchased papers, his own strength is not even enough to compare with the students she teaches, so naturally he is not enough for Yingwan to look at him differently. She didn't plan to get entangled with such a small person. Principal Li should know how to deal with the following things alone. After Yingwan left, He Tianqing's legs went weak and he couldn't stand up. He immediately clung to the door frame and collapsed. He knew that from today on, not only he was finished, but his father was finished, and his whole family was finished. It was all his fault, just because he copied other people's theories on the internet. How could he know that, by some chance, he copied it on the head of an academician? It was even an academician that they couldn't afford to offend at all. It's over. When He Tianqing thought of this, tears welled up in his eyes. Principal Li looked at He Tianqing's absent-minded and even collapsed appearance, and gnashed his teeth in hatred. What's the use of crying now? It's not just you, how many people around you will suffer with you? Don't take on porcelain work if you don't have the diamond drill. With your ability, you can graduate from Tsinghua and Peking University peacefully. One wrong step, all wrong steps. He Tianqing is also the son of a professor in his school, otherwise how could he know? Now it's not just him, but also his father. This matter must be handled beautifully and not disappoint academician Ying. Principal Li touched his hair and felt that he was not far from being completely bald. For a moment, I felt that life was really boring. Yingwan got on the bus after leaving the school. Suhan was waiting for her downstairs. Seeing that she came down so quickly, he said, "You don't handle this matter. Other principals know how to handle it, what's the matter with me handling it?" Yingwan said, "I don't need to handle this matter personally. They know how to do it. The theory being copied is just a small incident. Academic fraud has formed a scale. Such a cancer must not exist in the school. It can only be eradicated. This is not just her responsibility. I believe that any scholar with a little sense of responsibility does not want to see such a thing happen. This is a disaster for their Chinese lifeline." Yingwan also felt that if He Tianqing had not taken the initiative to copy her theory, I am afraid that this matter would not be so easy to be discovered. She has the ability, and others have the ability to see it, but they may not have the ability to manage it. I don't know how long such things have existed. Becoming the Richest by Farming. Author, Gumu Shuang. Chapter 502. When Luo Junling arrived in China, it was exactly 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Yingwan went around Tsinghua and Peking University and arrived at the place where she had agreed to meet Luo Junling to wait for her. Soon Luo Junling sent a message, "Brother, I'm here." In addition to his professional studies, Luo Junling also likes to play games. He has a lot of game terms, and he didn't know that the person he called brother all the time was a girl. "Wan, sure, I'm at the place where we agreed to meet now, just come." Lonely genius, It may take me half an hour to get here from the airport, you wait. Lonely genius, I almost fell asleep on the plane, and when I woke up, I was still scolded by He Tianking's fans. Dog skin plasters are not as sticky as them. Juan. Juan, are you still scolding now? Lonely genius, there are still a few who persisted, and the rest were scolded by the automatic scolding program I wrote to shut up. Juan. After chatting for a few sentences, Yingwan couldn't help laughing. At this time, Si Lu sent a message to ask her where she was, and she casually told Si Lu about what she was going to do with Luo Junling. Si Lu, is it a boy? Yingwan said, little boy, 10 years younger than me, a little genius. Si Lu. He didn't send any more messages. Yingwan didn't think there was anything wrong with this. She met Luo Junling just like she was meeting a contract partner, and they had to talk about things after all. She wouldn't think about other aspects. The place where Yingwan and Luo Junling made an appointment was relatively hidden, mainly because of her consideration, but the price here was also high. Unexpectedly, Si Lu came over quickly. When the arrogant sports car stopped outside, she could see Si Lu's face frosty when he got out of the car through the glass. Yingwan couldn't help but frown. Until Si Lu walked in and saw her at a glance. He came over and sat down. Yingwan said, "You're not going to work today." Si Lu sneered, "I think your business is more important. I want to see who this little genius you're talking about is. Even though he's young, he's a man." Yingwan understood Si Lu's train of thought and said, "He's just a little boy. I met him to discuss cooperative research. I plan to recruit him to my studio." Si Lu, do you need to come in person? Yingwan, after all, I've been chatting with him. If you have any objections, just sit by and listen. I don't mind. Si Lu also knew that Yingwan wouldn't buy into unreasonable behavior. When would he see Yingwan getting jealous and making unreasonable demands for his own business? Think about it, there's no chance in this life. Haha. Si Lu said nothing. He just sat opposite Yingwan and looked at her solemnly. After a while, a young figure appeared outside the store again. He didn't look tall, probably still growing, but he looked slender. A relatively young and immature boy, unexpectedly, he looked pretty and cute. I still remember the photo of him circulating on the internet. He was wearing black framed glasses and looked rustic. For this reason, other fans of He Tianqing laughed at him for being ugly and not even 1/10,000th as good looking as He Tianqing. Now seeing this handsome boy, he is obviously better looking than He Tianqing. When he walked into the store, he was still holding his phone to send a message to Yingwan. Lonely genius, brother, I'm here. I'm wearing a white t-shirt and carrying a black bag. Where are you? You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Becoming the Richest by Farming. Author, Gu Mushuang. Chapter 503. Yingwan curled her lips and waved at him, "That's it?" Luo Junling looked up at that time and was a little confused when he saw Yingwan. He immediately felt that this girl looked very familiar, but he couldn't remember where he had seen her. However, he always thought that Yingwan on the internet was a man. At this moment, he saw a man and a woman. The man was so handsome that it was indescribable, and the woman was also very beautiful looking at him, and he was shocked. Naturally, he saw Si Lu at first sight. Brothers brought their families to see him. That's too much. Although Luo Junling is only 14 years old, his mental age is very mature. At this moment, he walked in front of Si Lu and enthusiastically stretched out his hand to shake hands with Si Lu. "Brother, we finally meet. Damn, you are too handsome. I feel very stressed when we walk together like this." Si Lu. He just stared at Luo Junling with a cold face. Perhaps his eyes were very oppressive. Luo Junling was a little embarrassed. Is it my appearance that makes you feel that I am not like my image on the internet? He is not Wan, I am. Ying Wan spoke and said to Luo Junling. Luo Junling immediately turned his head and glanced at Ying Wan, and was stunned at the time. Is, you. He stuttered and didn't know what to say. Ying Wan nodded and stretched out her hand. Hello, let me introduce myself formally. My name is Ying Wan. You. Luo Junling always felt that she looked familiar. Now that she introduced herself, this familiar name was like a thunderclap. Instantly, Luo Junling was numb all over. He couldn't hear anything, only heard the girl say that her name was Ying Wan. That's right. Ying Wan. The super genius Ying Wan. The names matched up immediately, but Luo Junling felt that it was all like a dream. He looked at Ying Wan and felt like he was living in a dream. You are Ying Wan. You are Wan. The super scientist Ying Wan who won the Milton Prize in Physics and Mathematics at a young age? The lifelong honorary professor Ying Wan of Hudson? Yes, I didn't tell you before because we were just chatting online. I guess you wouldn't believe it even if I told you. Luo Junling. Yes, how could he believe it? Damn it. Luo Junling said in an incredible tone, you opened an account on the forum and discussed with others casually. This is not at all like the super boss he imagined. Ying Wan said, I just started studying AI theory recently, mainly to get information from various forums or professional videos, otherwise how could I meet you? Luo Junling. He understands the truth. Why is the boss more casual than him? He just started studying AI theory recently, although it has computer science as a support, but this is. Is this the world of the boss? At the first meeting, Luo Junling knew why the other party was a super genius. Sci-Lu's sneer attracted the attention of the two. Luo Junling then noticed the man he had mistaken at the beginning. He glanced at Sci-Lu and suddenly felt that something was wrong. Ying Wan introduced naturally, my boyfriend. Luo Junling. He felt dizzy now. Not only did he meet a super boss in their industry, but now the other party's privacy was exposed. She has a boyfriend? Why didn't the news break out on the internet? No. This is Ying Wan, this is Ying Wan. This is the super boss Ying Wan that the professors in their school talk about every day. Becoming the richest by farming. Author, Gumyu Shuang. Chapter 504. When they finally sat down to discuss, Luo Junling felt his head buzzing. Although he was mature enough, this matter was beyond his imagination, so he was confused in the second half. I still remember that when he came back, he told his classmates that he was going back to see his brothers. How could he have the nerve to say that he was a brother? Is he a big shot because he is so close to the world's big shot? No, he is not. He only realized now that he was just a rookie in front of the big shot. Today was the first time the two met. They didn't talk about anything academic. The big shot just invited him to dinner, and the two sides had a pleasant chat. At first, Sci-Lu thought that this person had some problems, but later he found that Luo Junling was just a pure child's mentality and ignored him. But when he was frowning and didn't speak, he was so imposing that Luo Junling, a little genius, didn't dare to act rashly. He didn't dare to do that in front of Ying Wan. Of course, Ying Wan met him mainly to tell him about He Tianqing. After explaining He Tianqing's affairs from beginning to end, Luo Junling was almost stunned. He didn't expect that such a big thing would be involved later. However, Ying Wan knew that it would be no good for him to know too much, and many of the people involved were beyond Luo Junling's imagination, so he just told him the basic information. In short, He Tianqing was finished. After dinner, Luo Junling saw Sci-Lu taking Ying Wan away in a dreamy and foggy state, and he returned to his home in the imperial capital. Maybe half an hour later, he began to react and started the second stage. Inflation. Damn, his brother turned out to be a world-class boss. It doesn't matter if he is a woman, anyway, he is his brother. Especially Yingwan later threw him an olive branch. The invitation from Wanteng AI Research Laboratory was mainly to conduct AI research with Yingwan. If it weren't for his studies at Kongsabel, he would have wanted to inflate and call his tutor back and say that he would not come back. He had seen the most awesome bosses. Does he still need to go to school? Of course he needs to. The boss is awesome, not him. Luo Junling accepted it first, but of course he still had to return to the United States to start his further studies. He just promised that he could do internship work in Wanteng Research Laboratory now. Before leaving, he took a photo with Yingwan. When he made this request under Si Lu's high-pressure gaze at that time, he still mustered up the courage. Yingwan just stood with him and took a simple photo. She still admired this child, so she didn't make too many embarrassments or refuse some basic requests. When Luo Junling returned home, the first thing he did was to post this photo of himself all over his circle of friends and Weibo. Write a sentence. Glorious ancestors. His family. Lingling went out to school and learned a lot. Why is he getting stupider and stupider? The matter of He Tianqing is still going on. Originally, those fans were still chasing Luo Junling to scold him, but suddenly they saw him post a photo, and they wanted to mock him regardless of anything. As a result, after a few seconds, they saw who was on the photo clearly, and deleted the scolding remarks in a panic. Damn! Why did this rubbish who slandered their brother take a photo with academician Ying? It is such an honor to take a photo with an academician. Although he is still on the show, how many celebrities have posted photos with Yingwan? Becoming the richest by farming. Author, Gu Mushuang. Chapter 505. Fans didn't dare to scold this comment, and Luo Junling's circle was also in an uproar. Yingwan's students were also really jealous. They worked hard for Yingwan for so many years, and there was no photo taken except for the candid photos. Who has that honor? Dare to take a photo? Just say a few extra words to Yingwan, and the bodyguards around her will look like murder. Where did this guy come from? Does he have a mine in his family, or is he the son of a big leader? Otherwise, why would Yingwan take a photo? Teacher, if you are forced, just blink. This photo with Yingwan jumped up directly and jumped to the top of the hot search. This also indirectly proves Yingwan's current terrifying influence. Tsinghua University and Peking University have already begun to deal with He Tianqing and the organization behind him. As a result, seeing that a photo alone jumped to the top of the hot search, the influence exploded directly. If people knew that He Tianqing copied Yingwan's theory, it is estimated that their Tsinghua University and Peking University would become the first school in history to be exposed online that day. Tsinghua and Peking University were so scared that they didn't even dare to click like this time. Many students and professors in the circle were really jealous of Luo Junling. Where did this guy come from? How did he get a photo with academician Ying? Why, I shed tears of envy. I looked at his information and found that he was a genius who went to Constable at the age of 14. I'm so embarrassed he is someone that mortals like me can't afford to offend. If big guys play with big guys, this kid is not a big guy. Hey, isn't this the little genius who said that a student from Tsinghua and Peking University plagiarized theory some time ago? What's the matter with the comment about plagiarizing theory? Luo Junling's Weibo post was dug up by some people, but they couldn't know that Yingwan and Luo Junling met online. They just thought that Luo Junling met Yingwan by chance, or that the elders in the family took him to see Yingwan and took a photo with Yingwan, and Yingwan didn't refuse. But Luo Junling still has some troubles. Now that the photo with Yingwan is out, no one dares to scold him. The few fans who scolded him before now wish they were not born, and quickly deleted their comments scolding Luo Junling. Fortunately, Luo Junling did not say anything. If he was petty, It would probably be another bloody storm. Even Lin Mei saw this hot search. She often browsed Weibo when she had nothing to do in the crew. She was quite surprised to see the photo of Luo Junling and Yingwan on Weibo hot search. In her memory, Yingwan did not like to take photos, not even with herself. She was also a little jealous. After all, she is a sister. Even her own sister did not get this treatment. Where did this guy come from? It seems that Yingwan has a brother who has been lost for many years outside. Lin Mei quickly threw this horrible thought out of her mind, and only took a screenshot of the Weibo photo and sent it to Yingwan, asking cautiously, "Who is this?" Yingwan saw the Weibo photo and said lightly, "A kid I met online, we got along well, and had some academic discussions." Lin Mei. Got it, it's another world she doesn't understand. She wisely didn't ask more, but still couldn't help mumbling, "I haven't taken a photo with you." Yingwan, you and I are on the show every day, there are countless photos of us in the same frame on the internet, and you still care about our photos. Lin Mei, that's the reason, the meaning is different. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Becoming the Richest by Farming. Author, Gu Mushuang. Chapter 506. Yingwan said, "Let's talk about it when we have time." The next episode will be broadcast live in the imperial capital city. Will it be at your house or mine? Lin Mei immediately said, "It's okay." She thought for a while and said, "But I plan to move recently. I think the house I live in before is not safe enough. I want a more hidden one, so I plan to sell the house and buy a bigger one." Yingwan said directly, "You name a place and I'll ask someone to buy it." Lin Mei was shocked, I can buy it myself, you really don't have to spend money on me. I just think it's troublesome for you to sell and buy again." Lin Mei. Is this a troublesome thing? Huh? This little money is nothing to me, or I don't need to buy it. I basically have all the properties in the imperial capital city. You can move to any place you like, Qingshui Dang, Zhishan Garden, which one do you like? She reported several names in one breath, all of which were very expensive places in the imperial capital city that everyone knew. Some of them were expensive places that you couldn't buy even if you had money. The house prices all started from 500 million. Lin Mei. On how arrogant one can be with a rich sister. Lin Mei felt a little dazed. Didn't she come here to question? Why did she talk about buying a house? Oh, she said it herself. Although she said it unintentionally, after all, she was just stating a fact to Yingwan, but did Yingwan sound like her sister was playing the victim? Lin Mei was a little broken. Wan, don't be like this, your sister doesn't want to work hard if you do this. Then it's up to you. Yingwan said something that made Lin Mei's soul tremble, when you don't want to work hard, just move in. Lin Mei. Gah. She really doesn't want to work hard anymore. After hanging up the phone, she was still in a trance. Su Xiao was curious and came over to ask her, what did she just say? Lin Mei's tone was vague. I said I wanted to sell my current house and move to a better location. She said she had properties everywhere in the imperial capital and asked me to pick any. I said I wanted to work hard on my own. She said she would move in when I didn't want to work hard anymore. What should I do? I really don't want to work hard anymore. Su Xiao, get lost. Lin Mei. Su Xiao left with a curse. She shouldn't have asked, asking is heartbreaking. Although she was happy with her sister's answer and support, she had no intention of quitting the circle in the short term. She is now popular, and she is just taking advantage of the opportunity to make money. It is certain that she can't compare with Yingwan. She can't compare with Yingwan even if she is given 10 lifetimes, but she also has to work hard. It's really impossible for Yingwan to support her for the rest of her life, right? That's too humming cool. Who doesn't want to have someone to support him/her if he/she doesn't want to work in this life and let him/her spend money recklessly? The same world, the same dream. The dream of each of us. Yingwan hung up the phone, and smiled when she heard Lin Mei's tone at the end. She really didn't care who she spent money on, she was too rich and had no idea. Not to mention the people around her. Speaking of spending money, Bai Ya called again. There is an old house for sale in Sakura country, it's only a few $100 million, it's quite cheap, boss, buy it? Buy it? Yingwan thought for a while and said, I didn't give Lin Mei any formal gifts on her birthday. Bai Ya was stunned for a moment. Hey, it seems so, I'm not sure. Why did he mention Lin Mei for no reason? Becoming the Richest by Farming. Author, Gu Mushuang. Chapter 507. She was never soft-hearted in giving gifts. Just like Si Guanyi's birthday yesterday, she went to it and it was not in vain. But she really didn't know what to give. Knowing that Si Guanyi appreciates calligraphy and painting, she gave it to Si Guanyi in the past few years. Ya gave him a calligraphy and painting that he bought at the auction. Worth 300 million. Although Si Guanyi said that it would be fine as long as she arrived, issues such as etiquette should not be messed up casually. At that time, she and Lin Mei were still on the verge of getting along. At that time, Lin Mei didn't mention gifts at all. Usually these were arranged by Bai Ya. But now that I think about it, gifts given by myself seem better. She owns the property in Imperial City, so there is really no need to give it away, so she said, then buy it, write Lin Mei's name on it, and use it as a replacement birthday gift from me. Bai Ya. Oh, that's okay too. Bai Ya didn't have any objections. Anyway, it was Yingwan's money, let alone her sister. He also smiled and said, you are quite nice to Lin Mei. Yingwan said, she only has me as her younger sister. Everyone in the Lin family has left. It's not that Yingwan wants to be nice to Lin Mei, but that the money is just a number to her. Since she has a good relationship with Lin Mei, there is no need to be on guard against Lin Mei. Just give her whatever she likes. It doesn't cost much. Bai Ya thought for a moment, but it was hard to say anything. After all, Lin Mei was just an ordinary person, and the money she earned was not enough compared to Yingwan. Although she had risen through the ranks thanks to Yingwan, she never showed up in public. Not to mention anything about her sister, when Yingwan's identity was not disclosed, she also spoke out angrily about being slandered. From a female star's perspective, she was very brave. He felt that he was pretty good to Lin Mei now, so he naturally had no objections, so he quickly explained the matter and settled the matter. Of course, Bai Ya has a problem. He likes to do high-profile things. For example, the welcome boss voice prompt, which Yingwan called flashy, is still used to give gifts. Since it was a gift from Yingwan, and it cost hundreds of millions, why hide it? Show it off to others openly. Lin Mei had gone through some hard times in the past, and she had suffered hardships in the circle. Now the hardships have come to an end, who gave her a good life? This is all fate. So after the old house was bought, Su Xiao received a courier from the crew the next day. The express box was very beautifully packaged, and Lin Mei was asked to sign for it. At first, Su Xiao didn't dare to accept it, fearing that it was some kind of scary thing. After all, it's not uncommon for fans to send express packages to threaten celebrities, but it was said that Wan Teng was calling someone. Sent. Su Xiao immediately called Lin Mei over. What is it? Lin Mei was a little curious when she took the express delivery. After taking it, she found that there was a big box inside. Su Xiao also came over to take a look. The rest of the crew also came over to see what it was when they were bored. Lin Mei took it out and found a letter and a thin notebook. The book looked more like a certificate. When I opened it, I saw that it was in the language of Sakura country. Lin Mei didn't recognize it anywhere except the word real estate. Lin Mei took out the letter, which contained a photo of a manor and a translated document. The manor is huge, an ancient house located in the Cherry Blossom Kingdom. The content of the letter is quite simple and was written by Bai Ya on behalf of Yinghuan. Compliment your birthday gift and be happy every day. Yinghuan. Su Xiao couldn't help but cursed, People around, Gan. Lin Mei. Becoming the richest by farming. Author, Gu Mushuang. Chapter 508. Of course, the property is now just a basic procedure to prove that Lin Mei is the purchaser. Lin Mei needs to go through the follow-up procedures herself. Of course the house now belongs to her. She covered her mouth, first glanced at Su Xiao in disbelief, and then turned the book over and over again. Somewhat unbelievable, Wan Wan gave me the ancient house of Sakura country as a gift. People around. A knowledgeable person took a look at it and was immediately shocked. Are those buildings on Sakuragi Avenue in the capital of Sakura country? Those are peerless houses. One unit is priced at 800 million, 800 million. Boom. The scene exploded. Mao Shifeng was dumbfounded even though he was well informed. Are rich people so willful these days? Su Xiao asked tremblingly, should I make up for your birthday gift later? Lin Mei's eyes were complicated, and she didn't know what she was thinking of. After about a few seconds, she covered her eyes and cried out. But Yinghuan celebrated her birthday, and she just thought it would be nice if Yinghuan came. After all, it was the first time in so many years that she had someone to celebrate her birthday with, and it was still a family member. The feeling must be different. Yinghuan gave her the resources, and she regarded them as a birthday gift and never thought of anything else. She can't be greedy. Just having a birthday cake is enough. She really never thought that after so long, Yinghuan would actually give herself a birthday gift. Is it because of the phone call I had yesterday? She felt that she lacked a house, so she bought an old house for her today. The gift was amazing, but it still made her eyes swell. This was a feeling she had never felt before, and it was even more sour than when she saw Yu Wenzi giving Lin Baojun a multi-million-dollar Buddhist bead bracelet. For the first time, she truly realized how good it felt to be remembered by someone for her casual words. This was the first time she felt what it felt like to be loved. You still have the nerve to cry. As soon as Su Xiao finished saying this, he thought about what Lin Mei might have felt. His expression was complicated, and he said nothing about her. Of course, if you keep your mouth shut, your heart will still feel sour. Damn, it's almost turning into lemon essence. Everyone on the crew is so jealous. No matter how much people in the circle earn, is 800 million what ordinary people can do with it? And after checking the information, it turned out that the house was for sale just the day before yesterday, and it was bought today. This is too much. Rich people go too far. Mao Shifeng came over and looked at Lin Mei and said, oh, it's good, this is the state, the tears fall just right. While you are still crying, hurry up and finish filming the scene. This state is rare, the true feelings are revealed, it can't be more natural. Lin Mei. Director, what kind of devil are you? She was so moved now that the atmosphere was gone instantly. She wiped her eyes and couldn't help but burst into laughter. There is a swelling feeling of satisfaction in my heart, I am really happy. Mao Shifeng then said, that's right, there's nothing to cry about. Just keep the birthday gift someone gave you. We people can only be envious. He patted Lin Mei on the shoulder sincerely. The greatest blessing in your life was all used for you to meet the sister. This should be yours. Cherish it, film well, and make your own way in this circle. Way to go. Lin Mei nodded firmly after hearing the director's words. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Becoming the Richest by Farming. Author, Gu Mushuang. Chapter 509. The crew knew that Lin Mei received the old house. If the crew knew, then the entertainment industry knew. After all, there was no confidentiality agreement signed for this matter. Later, many people went to check what this old house was. The more they checked, the more jealous they became. These old houses are super luxury houses left over from the early days of Sakura country. They used to be places where large families lived. Later, the descendants became worse and worse and had no choice but to sell them. But everything inside maintains the style of the old Sakura country. Despite several generations of changes and renovations, it is still a symbol of Sakura country. Some of it is open to tourists, and some of it is private residence. It is said that those who bought the old houses are all famous rich people in Sakura country. Now that this one is on sale, some people may be directly bought by Yingwan when they are considering it. The transaction amount of 830 million is clearly posted on the website. Who wouldn't be jealous when seeing the words sold? Maybe she was too happy to receive the old house. When filming in the afternoon, Lin Mei was not in good condition. Fortunately, it was enough to cope with the current scenes. After a vigorous discussion in the crew, it was still too jealous. Someone secretly sold the news to the gossip crew. The 800 million mansion that Lin Mei received was enough to stir up a big storm in the circle, let alone on the internet. That night, a marketing account broke the news. I know all the gossip in the world. A famous actress who relied on her sister to ascend to heaven received a birthday gift from her sister. The century-old old house worth 800 million Chinese yuan in the country of cherry blossoms is simply too jealous. The editor has eaten at least a few tons of lemonade here. Have you eaten lemons today? 800 million? Damn, poverty has simply limited my imagination. It's the century-old old houses located on Sakuragi Avenue in the capital of the country of cherry blossoms, right? Now it is indeed shown online that it has been sold. It was only put on sale the day before yesterday, and it was sold. Or was it given to Lin Mei? Damn, it is really awesome. Isn't this Lin Mei? Besides Lin Mei, who else has ascended to heaven with the help of her sister? The key is that she has an awesome sister. Hey, this is very annoying. Isn't it me who is arguing? Aren't these researchers supposed to be very poor? This time, she gave her sister a mansion worth 800 million yuan. Isn't it a bad influence? Even if she has won many awards and won the heavyweight Milton Physics Prize, I remember that the prize money was only tens of millions of dollars. She just casually spent 800 million yuan. How did she get it? Is it because I haven't been online for too long, or is this world magical? A world-class boss, do you know what it means? This is the founder who led the progress of mankind. Do you think he is a researcher who sells cabbages on the street? The boss has a super heavyweight patent starting at 10 billion, what's so strange about 800 million yuan? I have to say, I am really jealous of Lin Mei now. Why does she have the right? It would be bad if the Lin family responded a little later. Why did she give such a big gift to her sister? Is she really rich and has nowhere to spend it? She is so saintly. Some people in the comments are toxic, right? It's fine to question the researchers, but now she gave a mansion to her sister. Are you too jealous? Why doesn't Lin Mei deserve it? If her own sister doesn't deserve it, do you think you deserve it? Becoming the Richest by Farming. Author, Gu Mushuang. Chapter 510. Unexpectedly, this revelation really caused a huge sensation. Mainly because the concept of 800 million is too scary. For ordinary people, it was another world, but for Yingwan, it was just a small birthday gift for her sister. Although most people joked about Cha Lemon, there were actually some people, perhaps so stimulated by this number that they lost their minds, and actually asked why Yingwan was so rich. In their impression, scientific researchers should have a hard-working and poor image of being extremely poor, working hard and making great achievements, working in the laboratory all year round and not caring about food. Even if they have made great achievements, they seem to have to live a low-key life and wear a uniform. Even a luxury item feels disrespectful to the common people. Why? Can't you spend the money you earn based on your skills? Yingwan is very awesome, but when it comes to money, many things seem to go bad. There is also a question on the internet: if you are so rich and a heavyweight academician, why don't you help children in mountainous areas? Shouldn't mountainous areas be helped to develop? Similar theory. Lin Mei was shocked when she saw the news. Su Xiao was also shocked. Although this group was in the minority, its appearance meant that there were really some people who were stupid. She couldn't help but cursed, if these people are stupid, they should have done it later. Achievements, she can spend as much money as she wants, it's these cats and dogs' turn to question her. Lin Mei also frowned a little. I shouldn't have opened that express on the set at that time. Now that the news has been spread, it has caused trouble for Yingwan again. Don't always think about causing trouble for Yingwan. If you talk about other people, they will still say it. Besides, your sister has no scruples about giving you a mansion. What do you have to worry about? It's just that these people are mentally ill. Sober people, there are still a majority of people. Haven't you seen a lot of people criticizing me? After Su Xiao said this, he called someone, mainly to clean up some of the comments made by these people and see if anyone deliberately wanted to smear Yingwan's image. She really thinks too much. In Yingwan's current position, she is different from ordinary people. She has abnormal theories. For example, foreign people deliberately set the pace, which has long been clearly investigated by the country. Now she sees Yingwan being raped by others. After being smeared, I immediately checked, and found that those people were really either driven by something, or they were simply cerebral palsy. There are always some people who hate the rich and don't like anything. As long as you have money, it is the original sin. There are quite a few of these people. You said to delete the speech, but you are shouting that there is no freedom of speech, so don't delete it. These abnormal comments are annoying to watch. Bai Ya looked quite upset. When he gave the mansion to Lin Mei, he never thought of keeping a low profile. Now it's irritating to see people on the internet saying this about Yingwan. He even went so far as to play a trumpet in person to insult others. Why can't she give a mansion to her sister if she is so rich? She should have no money for scientific research. Sorry, you can't earn a patent in 10 lifetimes. It's really funny. She didn't help the children in mountainous areas. Again, you are so good at dancing, why don't you donate half of your salary to support children in mountainous areas? The current trend is really such that as long as scientific researchers have some money and even wear famous brands, they think they were obtained through various illegal means. Some people will deliberately keep a low profile in order to eliminate the influence, but Bai Ya is not the kind of low-key character.